Hey, hello, good afternoon, guys. I hope everyone is doing fine. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll just wait for few more participants to join and then we will analyze the market, right? So, first of all, guys, how was the morning view, right? How was the analysis from yesterday? I was very clear in my analysis yesterday when I made the video, right? First half in Finnifty expiry is gonna be very grinding and there will be no good trade. SGX was also showing gap up, but I was very clear that despite SGX showing, okay, am I not audible? Let me know. Okay, am I audible now? Yeah, okay, perfect. Right, so we were very clear in the morning view and the view that I gave yesterday, right? Index is gonna grind in the first half and then second half we are gonna get a good trade, especially in Fin Nifty, right? Couple of things there, right? Which is very important for you guys, right? So how do you avoid these traps? These days are traps, right? In the past when I have traded on these days, generally I have made my capital zero, right? I used to sit and wonder after 2 3 4 days of good run, right? Why am I not able to make decent profits in the market, right? And this kind of days are typically a trap. They tend to erode your capital. Now on these days, right, the other handles are also very active. They are trying to push you to trade, right? But understand one thing, by pushing you to trade, right, is it gonna be of any use to you guys? Audio is very low. I think the audio should be fine. You can just check the settings. The audio should be fine. I'm at maximum. Yeah, just check and let me know. In case it is not audible, then let me know again. Yeah, so on such days, right, on such days, no, it's the mic is also fine. Mic is also fine. Yeah, is the audio fine now for everyone? Just let me know. In case the audio is fine, then we can proceed. Okay, perfect, Lakshmi. So on such days, right, you have to first focus on your capital preservation, right? Now today I am again saying the market is going to be very painful even in the second half, right? Now we will understand through, we will just look at it, right, as to why I am saying whatever I am saying, right? There is a logic to it, and that is what I said in the morning. The stock options that we are giving, try to make your profits. Now once you have made your profit, right, try to hold on to it, right? Today, as I get into a session, I am fully aware that second half trade that I give, zero hero trade, right, could also make a loss. Again guys, if you have not made profits in the morning, do not venture in the second half trade. It is gonna be very risky, right? I will explain it logically. If you have not made any profits in the morning, do not enter the trade. If you have made profits in the morning, then don't risk more than 5 to 10% of your capital, right? And we will, in all probabilities, right, we may only get one trade, right? Now why am I saying this, right? Why am I saying this? That's a very important question that should be there in all of your mind, right? See this first 15-minute candle. See this first 15-minute candle in बैंक निफ्टी. ये क्या बना है? ये ऑल टाइम हाइज के पास ना, सो ऑल टाइम हाई हैज़ नॉट बीन टेकन आउट बाय mere 0.1 point. It's not even a 1 point, right? It is 0.1 point. ऑल टाइम हाई को नहीं निकाला है बाय mere 0.1 पॉइंट्स. इसका मतलब क्या है? 0.1 पॉइंट से अगर नहीं निकाला है तो मार्केट ने ये 0.1 पॉइंट क्यों छोड़ दिया, राइट? मार्केट ने ये 0.1 पॉइंट क्यों छोड़ दिया आज भी? इफ यू सी 44,144, राइट? Yeah, I will explain, right? I will explain, Akash. So today also, if you see, right, market opened below 44.1, so it even opened below the this big bearish engulfing kind of candle which was created yesterday in the near the closing sessions. This was created, it actually opened below that high, came down, it took a support. Right now when it has taken a support, do you see these points? Do you see these points? First touch, second, it has made a double touch, right? Third touch, right? This is the formation of a trend line. Typically we call this as a liquidity. Typically we call it as a liquidity which gets created in the market. Now when a liquidity is there, right, the problem is if the liquidity gets taken out, you have immediate supports at the levels below, right? So first support may come here, right? This is a decisional area, this is a decisional area, right? Next support is very scary, it can come all the way down here, right? um, Rajiv, just go ahead and increase the volume at your end. I am speaking, I think everyone is able to hear fine. Rajiv and Sanjay, try to go ahead and just change your sound settings because I am completely audible. Right now, here I have given a trade. I had given a trade today. Right, I had given a trade in the catalyst trading channel. We will see if the trade is live and active. If yes, we may want to continue on that trade. So if you see this 44,000 P, 44,000 P, right, I want to just keep my eyes here. It may get active about 236. I may want to take this trade and ride it till 297. Again, remember the quantity has to be, looks very interesting. Yes, Chirag, it looks very interesting. um, yeah, so I am waiting for this trade to get activated. If you see, there is a VWAP here as well, guys. If we get it about 236, we may want to enter. If it waits here, right, we may like to enter here and we may trade it for the targets of 294, so on and so forth. It is active, guys, it is active. 244, right, 244. There is a VWAP support here, there is a VWAP support here. If you see, there is a VWAP support here. I have given this trade also in my live channel, right? I have also given this in my live channel. I am waiting for, we are waiting for this trade to give us good results. We may try to exit it. Today is gonna be very tricky, guys. Again, I am repeating, it is gonna be very tricky because market is not giving any movement, right? The stop loss here should be 210. We have entered at 236. The stop loss should be 210. It's at 26. Oh, you are in at 196. Rajiv, just go back and check. Everyone is able to hear it fine. It's a very very tricky day, guys. Don't venture, and again, don't risk more than, again I am asking everyone to not risk more than max, right? You should risk is 5% of your profit, right? Nothing beyond it. It is a tricky day. Rajiv, then your sound settings, right, may be an issue. Just check if the sound settings are an issue. If not, then probably I don't know how to. Yeah, now this trade has gone above the VWAP. It has not closed about 233. We will wait for this candle and we will see. Bank Nifty, right, clearly needs to close below this trend line. It should not create a sweep structure. If it creates a sweep structure, we exit it there, right? We have 8 minutes. We see if it, this is why it is very tricky. See, again, the reason this trade, right, becomes very tricky is between 43,050 and, sorry, 43,950 and 44,050. this is a no trade zone because market has a psychological resistance and support. Now why do I say whatever I am saying, right? If you see, this is the OI addition on the chart, right? This is the OI addition on the chart. Yeah, this is the OI addition on the chart. If you see this here, right, there is a good tussle going on between bulls and bears, 44,000, right, intraday as well as positionally. There is a good tussle going on between both of them. So both will not want to cede the position, they both will not like to cede their position, right? And what is triggering the fall? The guy who is triggering the fall is no one but your HDFC Bank, right? It is HDFC Bank which is triggering the fall, and that is where I am saying today there is no clear trade. If we see now, if this closing does not happen below, right, we exit the trade with small stop loss of 3 or 4 points. I want a closing below 43,930. Only then our trade is safe, right? Kotak Neo gone. Be careful today. Most of the discount brokers, right, except Zerodha and Angel are having issue. Guys, if you want to switch to Angel, please reach out to Preetham. Preetham has a connect with the RM. In the past, when I have got stuck couple of times, right, I have reached out to him and he has helped me with the closure of positions offline, right? We personally prefer Angel and Zerodha. Angel, the benefit is you can trade commodity and equity both through the same capital, and you can also look at far off strikes, right? Zerodha, the platform Zerodha and Angel both are stable, right? I don't suggest any other discount brokers. I have had a bad experience with Upstocks. For people who know me, they are aware that Upstocks I used to trade earlier and I had a bad experience. Guys, this is forming a sweep candle. This is forming a sweep candle. Right now, the problem that the market has, is very simple. If you look at this chart, right, on the bank front, this guy is negative, supported by HDFC, but ICICI and Axis, right, are extremely bullish. They may trap us both the sides, right? They may trap us. These two guys are bullish, rest all are bearish. HDFC was a known factor, it was supposed to be bearish because of the ex dividend news, but this guys, right, if they want to spoil the party, they can do the same, right? They can spoil the party. Be very careful if you have made a position. Again, as I said, don't risk more than 5 to 10% of your profit that you have done, right? So I am still waiting to see what exactly is going on, but it looks like it will form a sweep candle between this range, right? In this range, 43,050 to 42,950, right? This is a problem, and the problem gets created because of these two guys, right? I will go to OI analysis tab. Again, there is no promotion of OI pulse that I am doing here. I use this to look at my option charts, right? I'll use this to look at my option charts. Now, do you see this, right? There is a good tussle, sorry, 44,000, sorry. Do you see this 44,000 CEP, right? The PE guy is confused. The PE guy is confused, right? You see this build up. Yesterday they were 34. This guy has never been confused. Steady build up. There is a covering which happened once here, right? So okay, so this guy is also okay. Both sides look confused, right? Both sides look confused. Sorry, I missed this 5 lakh covering, right? Both sides look confused. If you see here, right, even this guy is now getting confused, right? It will be a very tough day. Yeah, SL hit come out. I said don't enter beyond 5 to 10% of your profit. It's a very difficult day to trade today because of this zone, right, which has been created. Now near the round strike, guys, key learning, right? Near the round strike, never risk full quantity or never risk your complete profit, right? The reason is, so if you see there is a liquidity down, there is a trend line resistance at the top. Do you see this small triangular formation? There is a small triangular formation, right? Now you look at your components, right? HDFC Bank bearish, Kotak is going along with it. These two guys are actually trying to pull the market up. This guy has aligned with HDFC and Kotak, right? Now IndusInd is again going along with ICICI and SBI, right? 3 versus 3. Importantly, these two biggies, right, are going against. They will not allow you to take that good trade, right? So these components are telling a story, right? This guy is telling a story. It's at a trend line. Importantly, it's at a psychological support. It was when it was trading here, it was a resistance. Now it is a support. There is a consolidation and a support which has been created, right? I am personally still not bullish. I am still waiting for a trade to happen on the short side and not the long side. I am not looking at a trade on the long side, right? I am not looking at a trade on the long side. I guess, um, again, quickly put on the chat screen, right? What is the SL you guys would have taken in between 16 to 20 points, right? I am assuming 16 to 25 points, right? You would have taken the SL, right? Just put the number there so that I have a number that you guys have taken as an SL in my mind before we look at the next trade, right? So I'll come back to the reason why the market is tricky here, right? The reason why the market is tricky is it's trading near the all-time highs, right? It's trading near the all-time highs. You look at Fin Nifty's all-time highs are here. Okay, average SL taken 10 points. Never average options, right? Dhruv, you have taken 26. I'm assuming most have taken 26 to 15 points, right? 26 to, I can assume 26 to 20 points as a good range, right? 26 to 20 points I will assume as a good range. Next trade, if we get more than 26 points, we will see if, yeah, 26 points, it's a good, it's a decent number. We'll try and see if we get anything more than 40, 50 points, right? Only then we enter, right? So if you see, right, Fin Nifty has a, like your bank Nifty, right? Fin Nifty has a space to go. Sorry, like Nifty, Fin Nifty has a resistance here, right? It has space to grow. Go. Yeah, bro. Okay. Um, it has a space to only SL 10 points. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm considering 20 to 26 points as a good range that I have. Some people have taken less because of the sweep candle. Some people have, but let's assume 26 to 20 points as a good 10 lots, 10 SL only. Guys, don't trade 10 lots. You will, as in, the money will vanish very soon, right? We are doing live trading. Yeah, we will recover, but no 10 lots and big amount. It's very, very simple, simply put, right? You have to trade. So morning we were in profit. You have to split the profits that you have made in the morning, right? Try to not risk more than 15 to 20% out of that profit, right? Don't get, can't exit it. Kotak is stuck. We'll wait. Yeah, I don't like Kotak Neo for this reason, right? Some of this discount, okay, trailing SL of 15 points taken out. That's fine. Chirag, I think you have entered early from 192, so you have made your profit, which is fine. But again, my entry was at 233. The SL we have given is 20 to 26 points. I am assuming, right? Is the SL. Will take another entry, right? So around the highs, right? Fin Nifty has a resistance, right? Fin Nifty has 60% components of Bank Nifty, right? Now, what are the components of Fin Nifty? Quickly, let me know if you guys are able to see this, right? Fin Nifty. Let me see if it's opening. Okay, Fin Nifty, right, has HDFC, ICICI, HDFC Bank, ICICI, HDFC, right? Importantly, 40%, right, is HDFC twins, right? 40% is HDFC twins. Now, when you have more than 40% contributed by two people, right, who are gonna show profit booking, taking a long in Fin Nifty is gonna be risky, right? So there was one confusion in Fin Nifty, which is again a parameter, right? The who are the players who are bullish? Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. They are bullish, right? They are all going fine. Kotak has joined HDFC, which is where Kotak is also negative, right? And Axis, State Bank has joined HDFC. Axis is neutral, right? So now if I see, right, trading Fin Nifty on the long side is gonna be very, very challenging, right? Bank Nifty around the highs. Now see, Bank Nifty, right, is trapping here. You wait for a candle closure below. So now we have a demand which has got created here, right? We have got a demand which has got created at a psychological support level, right? Do not try to enter any trades right now, it may end up trapping you guys. It may end up trapping you guys, right? We wait, it's okay, we have given a stop loss. We wait and we see what needs to be done. Don't be in a rush to recover your stop loss. You will end up making more losses there, right? The reason why our stop loss went was ICICI and Axis. IndusInd also contributed, but if you see, Bank Nifty is confused at all-time highs. These three components are confused. Fin Nifty, right? If you see, Fin Nifty definitely will give a clear range because HDFC Bank 40%, right, is going on one direction. ICICI Axis is going in other direction, but Kotak also, if it joins hands with HDFC, right, and SBI definitely is negative. So you have four components which are negative, two components which are positive, right? Is it clear, guys? Any question? Again, don't worry about SL. We will get another trade. We will recover it, right? If we don't, again, in the morning trade, people who have made profit, I have suggested only those take a trade because we don't want to end up losing more than 10 to 20% out of our profits, right? It is gonna be a tricky expiry. That is where I came early to ensure that people are able to understand and take those trades with caution. Yeah, guys, ask any question if you guys have. I would like to address it here and help you guys navigate this one. um is it on freeze? I'm not seeing any chat messages. Okay, let me proceed on this one, right? So I'm going to a 15-minute chart on Fin Nifty to see. If you see, right, it has created a sweep. It has created a sweep, right? Now, similar to Akash, you had a question on what do I look at OI pulse, right? So first thing, right, just go back and look at my setup and setup video, right? Um, Fin Nifty, right? There is low liquidity, but do you see this clear cut 19550 and 19500, right? Do you see this? Okay, 19550 and 19550 is an intermediate one, so liquidity ideally should be less. Fin Nifty is clearly saying on the long side the difference is huge, right? You have 1 crore 58 lakh versus 16 lakh contracts on call and put, right? Here you have 10 versus 12. Probability of this put writers covering is high, right? Here if the covering happens, it will be very bullish, but market should give you some sign around 19550 that put writers are gaining strength, right? When I look at this data right now, I am seeing that this side move, the put writers covering their position, the probability looks higher in Fin Nifty as compared to anything else, right? Is this point understood? First point understood, right? I will also go and look at change in OI. So if you see, right, change in OI is also saying the same thing. Yesterday whatever Fin Nifty put writers had carried, today the new guys are not coming in. They don't seem to be having enough conviction. So ideally I want Fin Nifty to go higher and try touching between 19550 somewhere here, right? I want Fin Nifty to touch around 950 once, and then I will get a good trade on the short side. Then I will get a good trade on the short side. Is it understood? Is there any question there? Yeah. So Fin Nifty to me looks bearish, right? Bank Nifty is at a psychological support. I Because this sweep candle got created, there is a 8 point more margin that the bulls now have. Till 43,942 is not taken out. I am not looking at any downward move in Bank Nifty because there is a sweep candle which has got created. Now very clearly Bank Nifty no trade between 43,940 and above 43,088, right? It is not 43,050, it is 43,088. Long side trade you need a breakout closure with solid candle and then a dip towards the support line. This will become a support line and then another long to touch all-time highs and close above it, right? This trade, if we get on the long side, guys, again listen, I sit neutrally in the market because market is not gonna listen to any one of us. Market can move in any direction it wants. Sit neutral when you are analyzing, right? And that is where the moment you enter a position, be open. SL is your best friend in the market. Learn to take SLs in the trade. Don't shy away, right? I always say SL is my friend. I do take losses. My losses happen in momentum, my targets come in momentum, right? The important thing is when you're taking targets, learn to take 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3. When you're taking SL, don't be emotional with the trade. Don't try to re-enter and recover your losses, right? The day you can arrive at that mental state, you will be making good profits in the market. If you try to force your analysis on the market, market will actually give you a solid punishment, right? We are not here to force our analysis. Basis the footprints that the candlestick are leaving, as a price action trader, we are trying to see if the market is gonna give us move. So when you are seated on the in front of your laptop, in front of your system, in front of your mobile phones, trying to take a trade, be very neutral in the market. You want to understand OI data deeply, Sanjay, do one thing. Just reach out to our support ID, right? They will try and suggest you certain ways through which you can kind of get that understanding, right? There are certain good videos which are also available. OI data, you will have to, there is slight bit of, one of my mentor does it through open interest. I try to learn from him. I could pick up some concepts, but not all, right? But if you want to learn, I will give you some sources from where you can kind of get deeper understanding. Yeah, this one, right? Wait, I'll quickly update in the group also, right there, so that people are not holding on to their positions, right? Yeah. So now, long side, if you guys see, right, long side, the movement is capped because A, you need a solid body closing above, right? And B, you have a movement which is restricted by previous day high and a previous day and an all-time high, right? If bull side, if all-time high above it gets closed, no, that will trigger solid stop losses for many people who would have taken short yesterday and today. That solid body closing in 15 minutes, right? I am interested in taking that short covering rally, right? So Sanjay, when you say you are interested in learning OI, right? Always look at trading short covering. Now shorts and option get created on long side as well as on call side and put side both, right? Typically the short covering rallies are more ferocious and you get very good return on investment on short covering rallies, right? Coming back to Akash, so Akash, first thing, right, always look at open interest build up. Open interest build up. Finnifty, right, is not giving any clear signs. The only thing it is saying is below, right, below 19500. So if it touches 19555, creates a bearish candle. Currently, because both sides are confused, I am not sure which side will cede the position, right? That is what the Finnifty put writers and call writers are telling me. See, do you see this, right? Finnifty call and put writers both are not giving a clear direction, right? This guy started, so if you see, writing happened at 19500 CE, right? Yesterday these were 13 lakh, here you had 41 lakh. So this guy was in ascendancy, this guy was in ascendancy throughout the morning. He has started covering his short. This is your new guest. They have started writing positions, right? This is very interesting, right? Actually above 19550 Fin Nifty can start covering these new guys. So this new people who have entered here. See, this is confused also. This is new. This is your guest. This is also confused, right? They wrote, they exited, they are rewriting. These are your guests. This can come all the way down to 12 to 13 lakhs, right? So 19,500 in Fin Nifty looks like a level which can defend. Now my interest would also be in 19,550 for me, right? This is a strike where writing needs to happen on the put side, because in the morning and now, right, this is gonna be, this is actually not giving any confidence for people to go long, right? So between the two, if you see 19,500 and 19,550, these two have become barriers for either side move. 19,500 call writers are new guests at the home. They were also confused in the prior up move. So I am expecting these call writers, whoever created new positions, could also exit once the market comes down. Is it understood from an OI, only from a pure OI standpoint, right? Looking at the build up, is it understood? The setup has got 3 to 4 things that I look at. First one I look at is OI build up with prior open interest data, right? This is done. Now I am looking at financial services chart. Chart is again saying there is a support at 19,467. There is a support right at 19,467, right? This level. So between this zone, right, somewhere between 19,460 to 19,440 you have a good support, right? Somewhere here you have a good support, which means this could also sweep the intraday lows, right? Take a support, form a bullish candle and go up, right? So the trade will only come if it comes down. Breakout pay trade is looking more and more improbable. 19,550 call writers are writing heavily. 19,550 put writers have not written anything. So I am looking at trading the support in Fin Nifty, right? The third element is you look at Fin Nifty. We will look at Fin Nifty option prices, right? Now option prices that I am interested in for today is 19,550. Wait, let me add VWAP here. Guys, stay neutral in the market. Don't try to force your analysis on the market, right? Fin Nifty 19,500 CE, right? Yeah. So do you see this point, right? Ideally the trade will get generated in the second half somewhere. So whatever you are seeing now as a number, right, it is okay. This can go all the way, this can go below, touch the levels of 12 to 15, sweep this number and then it can come out. So if you try to plot this exactly, right, a support is getting formed. You have one double touch here, right? Don't chase any movement upside at this point of time. Give it space. You will get an entry somewhere around 2 o'clock, right? If this low gets breached, do not trade a, see, many people would be looking at this chart, right, conveniently and forgetting. See, there is a trap candle, there is a trap candle, this is a channel, but there is a big red candle here, right? We cannot ignore it. We cannot ignore it. Rather, you have to connect these 2 points and see if there is, look at this, even this, right, third touch has to happen, right? It is gonna be, again I am saying, the movement up and down, right, will be very tricky. What we are hoping for is we get a good trade now to cover for the losses that we have made in our earlier trade, right? This has created a sweep. If you see, I was expecting this to close below, it did not. This has created a sweep. I am not in a rush to take a trade. I am not in a rush to take a trade on the long side, specifically in Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty is giving me confused signals, right? You look at this Bank Nifty component. So again, always, right, open interest, if you're looking on expiry, right, you couple it up with the component analysis, option chart, and then take a trade, right? Guys, does price action work in option chart? I always trade price actions, it works. Yeah, option chart I just added to ensure that I am not taking a huge stop loss, because if the quantity size as it increases, right, your stop loss percentage also increases. Now, very quietly, HDFC, if you take this candle out, similar to Bank Nifty, right, and similar to Fin Nifty, is forming the same chart pattern. Big red candle, this channel, and it's trying to break a channel, break out of the channel. But what is positive is ICICI and Axis Bank. In fact, Axis Bank is trying to create their new day highs, right? Axis Bank is trying to create their new day highs. IndusInd is supporting it well. IndusInd above 1225 will actually give you a good movement, because in IndusInd there are good amount of shorts which have got created, and SBI, right, is also forming a channel at the top above 586, 587, right? Even this fellow becomes bullish, right? So now the problem is at discount. If HDFC starts trading above 1661, there is a liquidity which it will try to grab, right? So somehow, right, we, while we are waiting for the short trade, components are not showing that thing. Bank Nifty spot chart is clearly confused, and your option chart, right, may give you a clue. If option chart also sides with the Bank Nifty components, I may like to go long, right? Otherwise, right now it's an in between range. Do not try to venture and take aggressive trades here. Yeah, do not try to venture and take aggressive trades here. Fair. um, Akash, Sanjay, do your questions get addressed, or is there something that you have not understood? Cool. Now if I look at Fin Nifty components, right, I will look at Fin Nifty components. Interestingly, while it was showing short, 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 because HDFC and HDFC Bank is pulling better than HDFC, right? I have better than HDFC Bank. I have HDFC as a pattern because it's fallen. It's a range consolidation, fall range consolidation. This is horizontal range consolidation. More than this HDFC Bank, I am interested to see if HDFC can trigger out of 2742. Between Bank Nifty and Fin Nifty, I personally feel Fin Nifty long will be good. Given today is expiry, it will be tricky, but the long in Fin Nifty is looking better than Bank Nifty, for a pure reason that you have a support related trade there, right? Now Bank Nifty, if we see, do we have any, wait, I will try to break it into two parts, right? We'll see Bank Nifty 44,000. 44,000 CE has started trading above the VWAP. I am not suggesting a trade immediately, because if you see, it's a very, very tight range day. It's a very tight range day. If you see here, right, it is actually, it's taken a support 181 to 239, no trading zone. It tried to pierce this, but it has taken a support of VWAP. It needs to pierce about 242 to touch the targets of 267 and 284, right? But it's a very, very tight range day in Bank Nifty. It's a very tight range day in Bank Nifty, right? 44,000 PE has actually gone all the way back to the place from where it came, right? We were hoping this will be a good trade. Actually, I had given a trade at 233 in my group, in our group, right, rather catalyst trading. It went to 244, but rather than touching 300 290 levels, right, it very quickly came down. It touched 243, and dhadam, it came down to test the support again, right? So I am still waiting, right? I am still waiting. Bank Nifty still looks tricky to me. If you guys have gone through the entire commentary that I have said, right, and you have been slightly alert to it, right, this particular area, right, is a no trading zone. Now, do you guys again understand, right, when the open interest of both 44,000 call writer and put writer is equivalent, right? See how the market will continue playing between 43,950 to 44,050. There will be no trades that you will get, right? You won't get any good trades there for a simple reason that market may, both people who have made a position to take good longs, right, to take good longs, and in the process, given they are making losses, they are not allowing you to take an entry here. They are not allowing you to make an entry here, right? At this point of time, you should avoid getting into unnecessary trades because market is in a no trading zone. ठीक है, market is in a no trading zone. Guys, ask any questions. If there are no questions, we wait and we see. If there is no trade available here, we try. No, don't go for long. Dushyant, the reason why I'm saying no long is because it's actually stuck in a range, right? It's actually stuck in a range. ना ऊपर जा रहा है ना नीचे जा रहा है. It's actually creating a range bound day. And यही मेरा डर था कल जब मैंने analysis भी किया था. मैंने कहा था कि it is gonna be a very grinding day in first half. Ideally we wait for second half and take a trade. We got a trade in between. We tried to enter, but market kicked us out, right? And that is where the earlier thesis that we will only get a trade in index, right, in the last 1 hour, right, was actually correct because we took a trade. Actually, levels got crossed, setup got formed. Whenever it gets done, right, you have to enter a trade. What I was hoping for then was this sweep candle doesn't get formed. Unfortunately, the sweep candle also got formed. That is where I had to give SL. So in a trade, right, your components are aligned, your option chart so your spot chart is aligned, your components are aligned, your option chart is aligned, you enter a trade, right? But probability says 60 to 70% of your trades will be right, 30% of your trades will be wrong. That is where SL acts as your best friend and saves you from taking big loss, right? It saves you from taking a big loss because SL in such cases everything is aligned, but the timing of the trade, right, if you go back to daily analysis timing, we were not expecting any move in this time, right? There is a data in Europe which has got released around 11:30. Probably some market participants would have reacted to that data after 11:30, 12:30 as soon as the German index opened, and that is what created this flash fall. We got caught there. Everything was aligned. We took a trade with setup. This is where your discipline and patience come into picture, right? If you are not greedy, you have not entered the short trade randomly. You know what is the SL. You know how much part of profit you are going to give back. You are comfortable to take SL. You are not emotionally attached to this loss, right? That is where I am saying it's always important to hold and try and take your trades with a clear mindset. Yeah, cool, right? Any questions that anyone has on the in Nifty? It is trying to break the channel. Wait, let me pull Nifty chart. See, Fin Nifty and Bank Nifty, right, they both are not giving you any good trade, right? Ideally Nifty IT is bullish, right? In fact, Nifty is a good candidate to break the highs. Nifty is also at its support, right? Nifty is also at its support. Ideally, I am not looking at shorting Nifty above 18,371. I will get a long for the targets of 18,407 and 18,431. There is a liquidity void which has been created at the start of the day. I will be looking at filling that liquidity void through, right, rather than looking at a short there. Is it understood? Are there any questions there? Sir, how the global fixed income okay, how the global fixed income market in my Akash, I did not get the question. See, do you see how this is actually going up and down Fin Nifty mein, right? And that is where I said there is no breakout trade in Fin Nifty. When we look at the end, how does it affect Bank Nifty? We are connected globally. In between, we have kind of disconnected from the global moves, right? But in case of certain important news, right, like unemployment data, uh, manufacturing data of China, right, it does impact us because services PMI, right, again impacts us. L- Dull movement in Nasdaq will ensure that the movement, again, banking fiasco, mortgage lending rates in US does impact banking, does impact the IT companies indirectly because we are on the services side. I will try to cover it some point of time, right? For some people whom I am trying to handhold and mentor, we will kind of cover this exhaustively in terms of how these global players are impacted. For the purpose of this, Nirav, price action works. DK impacts you, right? Only if you are not able to catch the momentum, right? So again, I am not looking at taking price action in isolation, right? On the option chart. Option chart is not isolated by everything, right? My first, right, and my checklist is very, very simple. You look at a spot chart, you look at a component chart, and then you look at an option chart, right? I don't start with option chart. I look at these three. If you have correctly analyzed on the spot chart, and then if your components are aligned, three important components are firing in one direction, that direction is aligned to your spot chart, your option chart will give you a momentum. Your DK that you are talking about, right? Again, guys, don't use terms very loosely. It has become very fashionable for people to use certain terms like smart money concepts, option DK, and all those things without actually understanding the crux of it. Your option pricing is determined by something which is known as Black-Scholes model, right? Blackschole. There is a Black-Scholes model which determines you have delta, theta, gamma, and vega, right? Delta is the rate of change of price if it goes in your direction. Theta is your decay, right? Gamma spikes happen and then there is vega, right? I don't want to spend the entire session explaining it. It's an interesting concept, but decay happens, right? Why it happens, understand. Time related decay, your option pricing is dependent on time related decay and momentum or direction related decay, right? That is why it happens. So please don't believe something without actually knowing the crux of it. You will end up not utilizing a important concept on your option chart, right? I have been using it, Nirav, and it has given me good results, and hence I continue to do so. I am doing live trading for last 3 weeks now almost, and I've been giving live trades, right? Most of the time, if we have been able to catch momentum, it gives us good result. See, again, session to session, you cannot use a knife while you are entering a Kurukshetra, right? There you have to use a sword. यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर में पीपल आर टॉकिंग अबाउट यूजिंग एडवांस्ड मिसाइल्स, वहाँ पे आप कड़छी चम्मच लेके फाइट नहीं कर सकते. बट अभी आप अगर खाना खाने बैठे हो ना, तो आपको कड़छी चम्मच यूज़ करना है, न्यूक्लियर मिसाइल्स नहीं. ठीक है. द रीज़न इज़ वेरी सिंपल गाइज. एवरीथिंग वर्क्स. You need to know what to apply where, right? You need to. Can you please check the OI spurt? Unnikrishnan, I check it, but there is limited information these days on OI spurt. OI spurt mein problem kya hai na, there are 3-4 alignments, right, that need to happen. So if you see, right, none of the CEs have given more than 50% build up, right? None of the CEs have given more than 50% build up. ये जो सब है ना, ये सारी price, if you see, right, this is all prices which are used for, all the prices are used for writing, right, or to average or adjust the premiums, right? So that is where this is not a good OI spurt screen for me right now, right? So session to session, guys, the setups that we use are different. Your morning setups are different. There is lot of volatility. You can easily make money, right? Your afternoon setup, there is a flash impulse move, then there is a consolidation, it forms a range, then it tends to break out, right? Now there we use combination of price patterns on the chart along with candlesticks to take a trade, right? And your last one, which is consolidation, movement up, movement breakout, right? There you have the advantage of entire day, but because there are professionals who are trying to close the market, you try to look at their footprints before you can enter or exit a trade. ठीक है. 3 sessions within Bank Nifty, Nifty and Fin Nifty trading, all three need different skill set, different mindset to take a trade. You cannot use your morning setup typically in afternoon and your afternoon setup in morning or evening. Evening when I say is 2:30 to 3:30, right? These are three different setups with which you need to take a trade. Yeah. So again, I am again trying to spot a trade, right? But I personally don't see any trade which will happen between now and 2 to 15, right? Are there any stocks that you guys would like us to check in between, right? Because clearly here it is consolidating in between. I want this to hit the support. Fin Nifty, yeah, Maruti, I will look at it, Nibuji. Uh, Fin Nifty, no, please listen. If I am busy in the chart analysis, I want Fin Nifty to actually come retest this support, create a sweep candle, and then I would like to buy it at support. Breakout, I don't want to buy. The only reason is the way option writers are placed, right? At breakout, it will trap me upside, right? Astral setup, right? Interesting. I will explain. So there are two things that I have to pick up, right? I have to pick up. So guys, if you see Nifty, right? No channel, everything happening within channel. This is a classic impulse move downside, then consolidating accumulation or distribution in between a range, right? Bank Nifty के लिए there is no trade till it closes below 43,940. Let it close there. Retest the channel that Bank Nifty created here. Let it close below this. Retest the channel again. Then you will get a good move. Otherwise, there is no move in the flow. Like we got trapped once in the live session today, we may again get trapped. Right? So let me quickly go to the Maruti chart first, and then I'll take up Astral as well. Right? Now Maruti, we had been giving long since this time. Right? Maruti, this is a resistance. Do you see this candle? After profit booking and everything, Maruti will again come back and retest this level. Now, why is this candle important? Do you see this volume selling? There was a volume buying, volume selling. Importantly, this candle size is bigger than this candle, but this volume which came here, right, ensured the buyers who had entered here. See, market is very simple. It's buyer and seller, nothing else. बाकी सब ज्ञान है. मार्केट में सिर्फ बायर्स एंड सेलर्स चलते हैं, बाकी कुछ नहीं चलता. ठीक है. ये बायर्स जिन्होंने एंटर किया यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस के ऊपर क्लोजिंग दिया है ना, एक दिन 2 दिन सस्टेन किया, ये वॉल्यूम के साथ जो सेलिंग आई ना, विच मीन्स सेलर्स गेन्ड एन अपर हैंड. द मोमेंट दे ब्रोक दिस लो, द सेलर्स गेन्ड एन असेंडेंसी. They not only were successful in breaking this low, they were also successful in breaking the swing which had happened last time and the consolidation. They opened your door, they entered your living room, they entered your guest room, they also entered your bedroom. You had to flee this house, right? You had to flee this house. Again you came with strength, you managed your strength, now you are pushing them back, right? अभी दरवाजा अभी भी बाकी है, निकालना दरवाजे से बाकी है. So this, right, has given a good upside run. This has given a good upside run. We asked everyone to start trailing and exiting the Maruti position. Maruti, right, is still looking good for this move 9450 to 9500, right, and there it can take a pause, right, ये entire swing बनेगा. But before that, after it has given this huge run till here, give it some space, let it come consolidate till 8983 and below, so that we can take a fresh entry. See guys, stock options no is very interesting. Now many of you all are taking a trade in stock options, right? You are not able to hold for long. What is the reason, right? Have you thought what is the reason? Why are you not able to take stock options the way we are able to hold, right? The reason is very simple. Now when we are holding out of 10% profit, right? These are positional trades where we are giving no stop losses. Intraday stock options, we come with a different format, stop loss and everything is defined. Positional stock options, right? Please don't enter if you are making entry with your capital. You will never be able to make money, right? The style of trading is only very different. Now, right or wrong, I am not commenting, right? It's a style of trading which is successful for many people, right? The way we do it is we make a position in stocks where there is a news which has fallen and has created a base, right? And we only enter with one lot. We don't enter with 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8 lots, 10, 10 lots, right? No, right? Stock options take 3, 4, 5 days to mature. The entry that we take is the money that we assume has become zero right now. If I am able to sleep with that money, I am okay, right? Only then I enter. The idea is I want to hold it till it becomes 2x, 3x, 5x. In between, if it becomes 30, 40% up, at the top, if it gives a bearish candle or a sweep kind of candle, we encourage people to trail and exit, because it has given you 30-40% in 1 or 2 days. Why are you holding it for long if you are trading out of your capital, or that's a money that will not give you a good sleep? Coforge was a good example. I kept coming on the YouTube videos, live sessions. I kept saying, yes, we did not get the intended movement, but the reason why we have taken it is Nasdaq, blue chip IT companies are moving. Nasdaq is forming a base. Mid cap IT companies will move once the results season for them starts. Coforge has formed a good base. Everyone else has moved. Naukri, which is info edge, has moved. Coforge will move, right? Coforge, my target was 4,310. It has moved at the fag end, right? The problem if you trade with your capital is you will not have patience to hold on to these trades, right? That's fine, Bapan, no issue. It's good that you joined late. We already gave one SL in between, right? So if you have joined late, you have not lost your profit. Yeah. So Maruti, right? It has given a good run. Let it cool down. Let it come between this zone of 9,000 to 8,956 and give a reversal sign. We will make a fresh entry for these targets upside of 9,450 to 9,500. Right? Nibuji, have I been able to address your query? The way I am seeing it, there will be some profit booking in Maruti. I am not looking at it from an intraday standpoint. Some profit booking will happen right up to 9,000 to 8,950, and then we will make a new entry. Yeah, I will quickly go to Astral. Right now, Astral is traded using something which is our intraday stock option strategy. Right now, typically what we do, very simply, right, there is a horizontal resistance here, right? Do you guys see horizontal resistance here? There is a horizontal resistance here. It has accumulated and consolidated well. Before the breakout, it has consolidated well, and in Astral there was a news in the morning. In Astral there was a news in the morning. I don't know how many of you all follow the news. Money control में ना ये सारी चीज़ें आती है. You please follow the news. It actually tells you many things, right? And again, chasing news is very very difficult. Don't assume that trading news is very easy. आपने जहाँ से डाला वहाँ से भागेगा. News वाली movement ना can go 50 points up and come back and touch 50-55 points within no within a minute to 30 seconds, right? So news based trading is very tricky. Preetham from our side, right, he is very good at this setup. He trades these morning stock options. I don't think it was me, it was Preetham who gave this call, right? He has developed this setup over a period of time. The logic is, you look at daily chart, you see where the consolidation is happening. There is a news, you look at retest of the support to enter at these levels, right? To enter at these levels, typically this goes, and again market moves from one resistance to another resistance. It's now in an uptrend, it has done its inducement, it will go and touch your next block before it resumes its downward journey. So that is where people who made an entry low, we had suggested an entry somewhere here above this part. Morning it opened, it had a flash fall, retested its support. Every time it doesn't, our entry was made here, our targets were here, right? It has come and it has completed its target, right? For this you have to look at daily charts completely, right? The other important point, many people say stock option trading is easy, it is joke. No, it is not. The reason is, I have personally traded put side mein na stock options don't give big movement, call side mein it gives easy movement, right? So people who are bullish, they are good at trading stock options on the CE side, right? But if you see, people who take a trade on the put side, right, they will take a longer time on stock options mein na put and call both are used for hedging. So short covering move on the call sides, right, are ferocious. It is typically linked to cash market, right? So rather than buying a put, right, or shorting a call, we would recommend for people who are gonna go that route to take trades in future or intraday mein sell cash market if you are seeing a bearish stock. Stocks mein na generally finding a bear side entry is difficult. It is difficult. Yeah. So again, when the bear side entry will come, we will see, we will provide the entries. Put entries will be very less, right? Stock option intraday typically triggers in the in between, right? Not at the beginning of month, not at the closing of month, right? So there are different parameters which we use to do it, right? And again, every session, every market condition needs different skill sets to trade. What we are doing here, right, three of us have very different styles of trading, right? We three have very different styles of trading. We trade using our own setups, and for every market conditions we have a setup. We don't believe in market, we are here to prove ourselves as right or wrong. We are not here to show our PNL. Our PNL, so we are not even sharing anywhere, right? We are not here to show our PNL. We are here to learn market, learn trading in a disciplined manner, and in a manner which will ensure that your capital is always protected. But to do it the right way, to do it slow and do it the right way, there are various setups that you can deploy at various points of time. We don't want to confuse you guys. There are 5 or 6 setups over a period of time, right? So by now we have traded 3 setups with you guys live or with you guys in the group, right? 4 rather. Positional also we consider, right? There are 4 setups. Gradually as the setups evolve, right, we will also show the other 2 setups when they evolve. Knowing and when to implement that is very important. Just because you have a weapon doesn't mean you start uh, utilizing it, right? You have to wait for the right time, right setup to form to deploy it, right? Makes sense, guys? Ask me question. It may sound theoretical, but today if you see, it is grinding. Not taking a trade is a very good trade. This movement which is happening in chart, no, many people will say I bought here and I sold here. अरे भाई 4-5 एंट्रीज नहीं हो सकती इतने शॉर्ट टाइम में, ऑप्शन तो मूव भी नहीं हुआ है, ठीक है? And I said it is grinding. It will give one entry in the second half. My hypothesis yesterday night was right. I personally broke my rule in the live market where I entered in between in the afternoon session, and I paid a penalty with a stop loss there, right? So in market is supreme. Your setup happens if you try to time the market, right? My setup happened, components were aligned, everything was there, but because the context was not right, I broke my rule. My analysis was I will not get an entry in first half, I will only look at entry in second half. In excitement I gave the SL, right? So in market, that is where it is very important to place your SL in system, to be humble and accept your SL. There is nothing wrong in giving SL. You took a trade. The good part was, given that I have experienced various cycles, various losses in market, right? The the first part, right, of process in me is 99.9% right. I will not enter a trade without a setup, right? So at least that part, if you master, right, over the next 2 3 months that you will trade live with us, right, what will happen is your willingness to enter randomly will not happen, so your losses will be curtailed. The second part comes in discipline, which is entering at the right point and exiting at the right point. That has also happened with us. Some of at least I am not entering and exiting randomly. Third part, which is patience, where the context and everything comes into picture. I had a thesis, I jumped the gun. Yes, the movement happened, I should have waited. That patience part generally is good with me. Today was one of those cases that I became impatient. If you see, right, you can be right in two aspects. The moment you are wrong in third and fourth aspect, you will go for a toss. So third aspect, I became wrong. Today this becomes an important learning for me. I will journal it in my I will journal it in my, what I always call as fourth thing, right? There is a feedback loop. You journal, you refine your setups basis that, right? And this becomes an important point for me, that while there is a liquidity grab, but market is at psychological support resistance. Don't try to preempt a trade. Give more space before you enter a trade. Despite your spot and option chart showing you something else, you need to give more space in these cases, right? So it happens to all of us. I don't claim to be the best guy trading. I just claim to be a disciplined guy who is trading his or her own setup day in, day out, with patience generally, right? And providing a feedback, right? Is it understood? Are there any questions here? Okay, none. Then we are still waiting, guys, here, right? We have taken Astral, we have explained Maruti, we are still waiting here. If it crosses this point, right, we may end up getting a CE, right? We will not get a CE in Fin Nifty here. Don't correlate this to be a Fin Nifty trade. Your Fin Nifty, right, unfortunately, till it doesn't touch support, the moment it goes here, right, it will face some profit booking. It's an expiry day, you will end up losing. So rather than taking a breakout in Fin Nifty, take a support trade in Fin Nifty. Bank Nifty, you may get a good breakout trade if it gives you a breakout. Let it close and let it give you a good movement there, right? Nifty is again formed a range, given a breakout. Nifty traders, if it comes back to 19360 levels, right, between these two levels, 19350 to 360, you have a long right up to 19400 levels. Yeah, this is gradually breaking above, it is gradually breaking above VWAP. Right now bank Nifty may, there is no volume coming. We look at the option statistics in bank Nifty to see if 44,000 call writers are exiting with this movement. If yes, then you have a trade. If you see, unfortunately no, unfortunately no, right? This is a very small addition. That is where I'm saying, be very patient and wait for your trade. Don't try to jump, right? That movement which is happening on the chart is not translating to movement on the option chart, right? It is not translating to movement on the option chart. Don't try to rush. Rather, if you see, it again swept at the top, it has again swept at the top, and it's again coming down in the same candle. It went up, it's coming below the VWAP, right? This is where I'm saying today taking a breakout trade is gonna be tricky. Bank Nifty may, you need a closure above. See, it's touching, it's actually running in a narrow range. Guys, importantly, right, given you have joined the session with us live, right, more than taking the trades that we are asking you guys to take a trade on, right, are you guys trying to learn basis how I'm interpreting market live with you? Because I am seated, I have taken one trade with you guys. After that, right, time to time when I'm looking, right, I am making certain predictions about the market, and I'm also reinforcing certain things with you guys, right? I hope you guys are leveraging this time that you are spending with me on learning some of these concepts and trying to see if you are able to replicate it in live market, right? It is very very important. See, I used to always crave for someone to teach me. I learnt it the hard way by giving money. Then I got some good mentors in the market, right? But they again used to not trade live, right? And again, a disclaimer here, none of the calls that we are taking are a prerequisite for you guys to enter, right? It's again your hard earned money. Standard disclaimer, we don't advise people to take and follow our calls. We are doing this session more from an education purpose to kind of translate the knowledge, right? That translate and transfer the knowledge that we have gained over a period of time to you guys, right? So idea यही है कि हमने जो भी सीखा है लॉसेस देकर ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ऑब्जर्व करके हम वही नॉलेज आपको ट्रांसफ़र करना चाह रहे हैं थ्रू दिस चैनल, ठीक है? We will have to be ready for both the scenarios here, right? यहाँ पे भी अभी दो पॉइंट कनेक्ट हो चुके हैं and be very patient. Voice is not slowing down. There was a there was a I stay very close to an army area, right? So there is HAL का testing जब चलता है ना, तो the voice actually I have to keep it on mute. Now we see Finnifty, right? Is there any confusion? Is there any build up? Because this is the time when the build up should start happening in Finnifty, and I should be able to find the person that I want to trap either sides, right? So morning से ये this guy is strong. Unfortunately, there was a covering. He's again building up the puts here, right? If I get a strong build up of puts here in the last 15-30 minutes or 1 hour, I would be looking at trapping these fresh put writers after 2:30. This is confused throughout the day. He is the guest, he is the new guest, right? So I am looking at trapping this news. So I want to see a fall in Fin Nifty. I want to see a fall in Fin Nifty. I want this option to go somewhere right up to 50, right? Invite more, and so that put writers can come in and they can start writing this put aggressively 19500. Yeah, for my call I want this candle to come right below. I want this candle to come right below and come near 12 to 14, create a sweep, take a support and then go high. That would be the best place for me to take this trade for the targets of 40, 53 and 68, right? These are the three targets that I have on this Fin Nifty CE, right? In all probabilities, Fin Nifty 19550 would be a good level that get defended. Given we have very small cushion of taking a trade, we are looking for a breakdown of this low so that support can be established here. At that stage your call prices will be available for dirt cheap rates. We can enter and we can take our hero zero trade, right? We can take our hero zero trade. Right? Component wise, I want to see what is happening in the components. So spot chart is clear. Components, right? I want to see. I am looking at Bank Nifty components. This guy who is weak, Kotak, was also falling along with HDFC. HDFC had a news. If both these guys, right, HDFC has to start trading above 1657 for me to get confident with my longs. Kotak is forming a range. Kotak starts going above 19, these levels, right, 1965 odd levels. I will again get a confidence to hold on to my longs, right? Axis, as I said, is continuing on its upward journey. ICICI is weak. So let me see if there is a move down, right? Right now looks like this entire long rally is being sponsored by SBI and it is coming with a good volume, but it is not supported by anywhere anyone else. This may be used to control or manage the index. If you see, right, only SBI is moving, others are not. This kind of candles are forming, right? Don't get trapped in this movement, guys. We got trapped in one PE trade. I don't want to enter PE trade right now or a CE trade without any confirmation. Yeah. So we wait and watch. We wait and watch. Trading is more waiting, being more patient, and making less and less entries. That is the only way through which you guys will be profitable. The more entries you take, higher the chance of you getting trapped. Right? Higher the chance of you getting trapped. Guys, in the meanwhile, I am opening up the Finnifty components. Finnifty, right? The problem that I can see is while SBI is bullish, unlike Bank Nifty, right? Here the power of HDFC, the parent company, which is also negative, shows up, right? I need this fellow to go about 2740 to actually inspire some trade on the long side for me. Yeah. Guys, thumbs up in case you guys are understanding. In case there is a feedback, in case there is something else that you have not understood, please put your comments so that I can re kind of revisit that topic, right? This chart pattern is showing a breakout. This chart pattern on the call is showing a breakout. I will not enter here. I am seeing this as a trap primarily because when I put everything together, I want Finnifty to give me one round of breakdown before I enter this trade. Finnifty, right? Finnifty is looking more and more tricky to me. Bank Nifty is not supporting moves upside. I want to wait and take a trade at support rather than forcing and entering a breakout. Fin Nifty, please don't enter breakout, guys. Bank Nifty, may if you get a breakout, I will tell you when we can enter. Looks like the zone will continue to form and we will get limited trades for the day. The last trade that we will get will be around 215, 230. If that is a good trade, we enter and try to make money out of that trade, right? I'm just holding on and seeing what is happening in 44,000 strike. Let me see. So, do you see this confusion here? 44,000, right? Completely confused. The new writing has started to happen, right? In the morning, these were 34 lakh overnight. These guys were 35, so it was equal. Looks like it is continuously equal even now. So the morning status quo in the fight continues to stay true. When the dip happened, the call writers added more and put writers have added less. That is where the market is more or less on a standstill, right? And hence we are not getting a trade either side, right? Now this candle, wait, let it close. Don't be in a hurry to take a trade when you are seeing this candle movement. As you have seen last 2 3 candles, it has gone up, it has come back again. See, this is what the breakout trade does. If you don't wait on important levels, if you see sweep coming down again, right? The problem is at such a stage, right, your option prices are also increasing. So with a dip, right, they tend to cool down and you tend to lose your money there. Yeah, today is going to be a game of patience. You need a lot of patience to trade on such days, otherwise there is a high chance that you may end up losing your capital there. See, again, component wise, right, component wise, this is the only guy who is sponsoring the move. When you have one particular bank which is sponsoring the move and it is not the leading bank, right? It is scary. There is no news. SBI has got news on Thursday, so this expiry bank nifty may will be very interesting because it's SBI's result day, right? And that result comes out in the afternoon. It comes between 1:30 and 2:30. I remember I have traded with couple of my mentors live on SBI uh, result day, and that too was an expiry. If I am not mistaken, right, that day VWAP got broken both the sides 4 to 5 times. It was volatile day with 500 point range on the day of expiry. It kept going shunting up, down, up, down at least 4 to 5 times, right? I- on the chart, on option chart, the movements looked like you would have been a millionaire that day. लेकिन उस दिन ना most of the people on that live trading had lost significant amount of their capital, right? Not because the mentor was wrong, just because they kept trading entry. Mentor ने तो बहुत कम entries ली थी, he made decent profit. Others kept taking entries and they lost their money, right? Again, what I mentioned, do you see this happening live? It went up, showed a breakout, again with a shooting star coming down, right? For people who have not watched the live analysis video, right, the daily analysis video, after the live session, go back and watch that video as well. I have given very precise commentary there that it will be a very dangerous first half to take a trade. Guys, just give me 2 minutes. I'll just have a sip of water. It is going to be a very tiring and exhausting day to trade, right? Specifically on index options, we had identified it. Now, how do we identify this? If you see yesterday, right, 44050, 44150 was a stiff resistance. Today, when the market opened, gave that candle on the selling side, right, 43860, right, is a good support. So 860 to 950 is a support. 050 to 150 is the resistance, right? You are 2 days away from expiry on Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is clearly telling you I am gonna range trade in 50 to 100 points, and that 100 points is also on the psychological support side, right? So when selling entry is happening, you will not get an entry. When buying entry is happening, you have to be patient for it to touch the support, right? In a bull market, resistances don't work. In a bear market, supports don't work. So in a bear market, you have to short at resistance. In bull market, you have to buy at support. That support entry which happened around 43,860. The problem was at 860, the support which got confirmed, right? 950 was a resistance. At in a low wick scenario, 90 points. Yeah, Kash, good. I am on the opposite side, right? You are at Marathali, I am at the old airport road. So once you move towards 43,860 at that support, right? Your trade you are looking at 90 points. Low wicks, high volatility would mean that you would barely get 30-40 points in option, and given you only have 30-40 points in option, if your risk is 25 to 28 points, it is not a good risk reward trade. Yes, market went right up to 44,100, but given the resistances are placed at 43,950 and 44,050, you cannot assume your analysis will go the full-fledged. When you are doing an analysis and entering a trade, you have to be very, very conservative, right? Raghavendra sir, yeah, slightly far off from here, I think, but it's the part of the city which is very green. Guys, in the meanwhile, Nifty, I said people who get a trade can enter. Nifty has given some movement. Jay, you typically trade Nifty. If you are holding on to this trade above, wait for 18371. If it goes right, it can go till 393, right? I know, Jay, you make these, you do take these trades on the Nifty side. You will get a good exit if it gives you a closing above 18372, right? Our Nifty long has triggered. Not everyone trades Nifty. Risk reward is slightly different. Your SLs have to be, I had given an SL of 183, below 18347, right? And the entry was here 18356 to 359. So your risk reward has to be 1 is to 1, 1 is to 2. This is looking good. Bank Nifty, I am again saying don't try to corroborate. Fin Nifty, I am again saying I am not looking at a long. Nifty has actually triggered a long. The reason for Nifty long in my mind is Nifty IT. Nifty IT, if you see, right, is looking very good. If you see after the consolidation, and I will go to a 15 or one day chart, right? So it's starting to trade higher after consolidation. So this has triggered the move in Nifty. Again, I am waiting for 18370. Any closure above 18370, I want to hold. If it doesn't close there, I may want to exit my trade with a small profit. Personally, I have not entered. There are some people who join. Generally, we take trades on Bank Nifty. We never trade Nifty. But Nifty, I had recommended this trade for people who take this trade, right? They have joined our live trading. I think mostly we trade Bank Nifty. So in case there is a Nifty trade, there was no trade in Bank Nifty and Fin Nifty. I preferred giving this trade, right? Again, I know handful of people trade it, but for people who have taken the trade, wait for 18371 to close. Once it closes above, you will get a movement till 18390. It is closing above. Wait, again guys, wait. Nifty was more clear than Bank Nifty only because of this reason, that you had a range formation, there is a impulse. I am seeing this as a liquidity which can get absorbed, right? So if you see this 18371 is not getting closed, if this candle doesn't close above, I will trail it and take out my profit. Personally, I have not entered this trade. When I'm saying I would stop analyzing this trade. There are some members who trade Nifty. They have been also posting on support group to give some Nifty trades as well, because otherwise the session becomes very biased towards only Bank Nifty trading. Okay, Bank Nifty is also trying to close above. We wait for a Bank Nifty trade. We wait for a Bank Nifty trade. Ideally, I want to buy this option price closer to VWAP. Fin Nifty, no trade till it touches the support. Guys, it's an expiry day. Give it some time. It may touch the support and we may get a entry. Nifty has given a clean move. Nifty has given a clean move, right? For people who are holding on to position on the Nifty side, can continue holding now, but trail at 18369. If this goes up, can go right up to 18390. Jay, you have entered the position. You typically trade Nifty, but Nifty was a perfect trade from support. This was the only one which came down to support. I am restating, there is no trade in Bank Nifty right now. Let it confirm the closure there. Let it confirm the closure, and then let it come back to VWAP. We will get a good entry. We will take that trade. Fin Nifty, definite no entry. It's only trade from support because there is a candle, there is the option formation, right, which has happened, which is very surprising to me. The way Fin Nifty sees. Okay, good Jay, if you have entered, right, good. Generally you do take Nifty trades, that I am aware, and whenever we analyze, we only analyze Bank Nifty, so I know that. Guys, Nifty above 18.3. Wait, and don't be in a rush to exit the positions, right? We have made decent entry. If you have made the right entry, you get a decent exit. It will not be in loss, right? I am still waiting for this to close here, right? If it closes near to this resistance, see again what happens, it takes an impulse move, comes back, confirms the support, and then again goes up, right? So don't be in a rush. That is where your entries, if they are spot on, right, you can hold on to your trades for longer. Bank Nifty, guys, don't get trapped. Let it close above, and then if we get a good trade, we will take it, right? Ideally, I want to buy this strike very close to its VWAP zone, right? Very close to its VWAP zone, because otherwise I don't have a place to keep the SL. Let's see the components which are moving. So HDFC actually is moving, ICICI is moving, but the problem is they are managing index by keeping Axis under check. Do you see these candles in Axis? But these are good candles at the top. If this high gets taken out, right, this will actually. So guys, when we started the thesis, we were looking at a short trade. Unfortunately, a sweep has formed and a support has been confirmed there. Now we are waiting for a long trade, right? Clearly long trade has to be taken from the support, right? Many people have asked me, how do I sit neutral in the market? This is how I sit neutral in the market. I am doing it live in front of you. I am also not entering the trades after giving SL, and I am continuously, I am telling you, the banks which are going ballistic, right, are SBI and HDFC. HDFC needs to go above 1657 to actually confirm the bull run, right? SBI is any which way is broken out. SBI is broken out of its range. Yeah. Fin Nifty, for me, I want to trade. So if you see Fin Nifty, there is no movement. It is shunting between resistance and support. Best place to buy would be once it takes out. That is where the option price to. Thanks, Umesh. Umesh, how is your option selling going? You generally sell options, right? And guys, don't be worried with profit and loss. The idea is when losses are happening, right, they should be under your control. They should not give you sleepless nights, right? Some of these guys have been with me for last 1, 2, 3 years, right? And they know my trading style. They know generally it is risk averse, right? I do trade in a risk averse manner. And again, my losses in the initial stage, right, taught me that thing. So it's a bitter pill to swallow, right? We wait here, right? Now what we wanted, market has done, right? We wanted a closing above, market has done. Now the spot chart is aligned, component chart, SBI is bullish, IndusInd is again touching the intraday resistance, ICICI has formed a trend line, HDFC, na, I am not liking this trend line. Again, I am. Thank you, Umesh. Thanks. HDFC, I am not liking this because it's an impulse leg and there is a downward slope, right? It is a bad. So ideally, it should be an upward impulse and then a downward slope. Downward slope and downward impulse, right, is not a good. Then what happens? You always keep hitting the resistances, right? So HDFC personally wait above 1657 to give a breakout, right? But suddenly at this level, everything is becoming bullish. We are not seeing a trade on the bear side because, okay, we'll trail after one. Good, right? So we are trying to take a trade on the bull side. Bank Nifty spot chart is good, Umesh. Random trades are limited. That is the first sign. You will control your losses. You will be able to take less trades, right, is always better. Components have turned bullish. Components have turned bullish. I am waiting for HDFC to break this, right? ICICI to break this. I am seeing probably a long. Now Fin Nifty, if you see, nothing has happened. The two big components which are giving 40%, right? This one I explained why. This is still within the range. If I get a good premium decay in Fin Nifty, right, the best place for me to buy this will be when this premium of 19,500 comes down to 8 to 10 rupees. You will see that going like a rocket if you get that low. Right now, if you see Bank Nifty again closed above, I said don't enter. Look at the option chart. Right now on the Bank Nifty, if you enter at this breakout, right, it went up to 6 by 6 or 8 points and again came down. This creates anxiety, stress, right? This is where people make wrong decisions. They have entered probably, right, this will come down and this will go right up to 320, 330, but you will make in anxiety and stress, right, you will make lot of wrong decisions. And that is where, right, many people, they make first wrong decision, second decision would be, let me now enter, it has gone above, let me enter and try and catch the falling knife. Falling knife in this case is impulse leg which is going up, right? Again I will enter and from there market will come down. That is where you, any group that you are part of, right, you will hear people saying Zerodha is a bad broker. They are sharing my stop losses with the big market players. Whenever I enter, my trades go for a loss. Right? The trade was going fine. It was going up 100 points. The moment I entered the trade, it came down, it took my SL and it again went up 100 points. The problem is not with the broker. The problem is not with the market. The problem is that our entries are not good. Our entries are not correct. Right? Trading is a game of patience. The third discipline that I am talking about, right? Process or setup, discipline to enter and exit at right place, and third discipline, which is patience, right, is the most important. You can be the best analyst, but if your patience is not correct, you will make mistake in your second aspect, which is trading with discipline, right? And I don't, it's okay to lose a trade, मेरे जेब से पैसा नहीं जाएगा, but it is criminal for me to enter at wrong place, right? It is criminal for me to enter at wrong place. So it's a big today's session, right? I think 1.5 hour that we have been together. We have got only one trade, but it has been a very interesting session because it would have given you lot of insights of how a trader stays profitable, takes limited entry, how does he or she accept loss and yet does not enter any random positions, right? My Nifty, once it closed below this, right, I would have closed the trade. For people who have not closed it, if you are in small profit, close it or close it near 18367 as soon as you get, right? It had to actually go up and trade, it did not go. See, we had a hypothesis, it broke the support and closed below it. The moment it closes below the support, right, you have to learn to exit. Given our entry was at right spot, with this 12-point movement, right, you would have made some money. Yes, you would have not made 1:3, but learn to respect and trust your system. Hold on to your trades at 6-7 points. You can then exit because it's a bullet you don't want to waste. You wait out, you again enter a trade if the same condition happens. Yes, good afternoon, Rahul. Right, I am waiting for my Bank Nifty trade. If it comes to 232, I want to take an entry 232 because the stop loss here is 200 and somewhere close to this swing, right? So if you see, there is a good liquidity here, there is a good liquidity formation here, right? I am hoping if it touches 232, I want to see if it can, I would like to place my stop losses near 204, right? It's a 28-point stop loss. So I want to see if this, if it's holding here or it's coming to trend line. I would like to take a trade. Never enter trade in between the candle. Generally wait for a candle closure. Yeah. See here, people who would have entered at this breakout, right, would have got anxious and would have exited this. In our case, we have not entered the trade only, right? Guys, how many of you all are learning some of these things? And if you were trading alone, probably if you would have done the mistake of entering and exiting, because I am a part of lot of groups, I do see that people take 9 9 10 10 12 12 entries, and I don't know how they are able to plan their setups. इतने trades एक दिन में बनते ही नहीं है, इतने generally trades एक दिन में बनते ही नहीं है, until and unless there is a very volatile expiry. See, I have personally been a criminal. I say this openly, right? I used to trade single candles. I have sometimes traded single 5 and 10 minute candle. I have traded all candles, right? Which means I would have taken 40, 50, 60 trades in a day. But over a period of time, you will realize it is not worth it. It is not good to take so many trades. So, thesis that Finnifty is not a breakout trade is working out perfectly. I said it has to break down, it has to come and sweep the lows of the day so that the fresh call writers come in, right? Put writers have an ample premium to write, right? Finnifty working perfectly fine from a thesis standpoint, guys. If you see, I said don't trade breakout, right? See again, some of these things, right, I have learned out of my experience. When I see a chart, I am able to talk through it. No person can be 100% right in the market. No one can catch 100% of the trend 100% of the times. Sure, Rahul. Thanks. Thanks. You have been extremely supportive of us. I know whenever you travel somewhere, whenever you meet your friends, you have been recommending and your friends have been joining our channel. And I hope they are getting good quality content from us, right? The idea is to not just add people for the sake of adding. The idea is to add value for the time that they are devoting. Yeah. So the thesis is working perfectly fine here. If you would have gone through, right, I said it is not a breakout trade today. Thanks, Tony. Thanks. I know you have been following us rigorously. For you, it's a time zone difference, so sometimes our videos are very late for you. Again, don't enter a trade right now. See, this has to confirm a support, right? It's not a trade at VWAP. You have to wait. Try to reduce your stop loss as much as you can. I am personally still seeing a dip in Finnifty, right? I am still seeing a dip. Do not enter a trade right now, even at VWAP. As I said, this has actually come back and retested VWAP. Let's give that space to Bank Nifty. We may get a good trade, right? The lower we buy, the better we get. 60 65 points if we get, right, it will be a good value of all your time, because we have given one SL average 20 to 26 points. We'll try to see if we get a trade through which we can cover that thing. So see, as I said, these descending channels, no, with a big impulse bar is not good. This is the reason when it will try to go up, no, every resistance will become a shorting point for the shorters to enter, right? Kotak somehow seems to be taking the cue from HDFC, and this pair is actually working very fine. Some of these things, so some days the pair will be dissociated. That day trading will be very difficult. Now today the problem is this pair and this pair is going opposite, right? So you have 2 versus 2. Within the pair there is a good sync, right? SBI is completely bullish. So SBI is bullish, IndusInd seems to be going along with HDFC, right? So these three are going one way, these two are going one way, and SBI is in a different tangent altogether, right? If we don't get a good trade, okay, so this condition is happening. Finnifty condition that we were preparing for is happening. I want to see this premium go right up to 50, so I can see some writing, right? Guys, again, I have been analyzing charts with you live. I have been putting my conditions live with you. I hope when you are seeing this, right, there is ample value for the knowledge that we are sharing. Yes, the trade today has given a stop loss, which is okay. Stop losses will happen. It's a part and parcel of the game. Right? Now, in Bank Nifty, right? In Bank Nifty, okay. So this liquidity, right, has been absorbed. Do you see this? It's, I said do not enter at VWAP. Wait for 220 odd levels, right? I personally could not enter here. I would wait. Let's wait. Let the candle retest this level and then we'll take an entry, because here the stop loss is least. Here the stop loss is barely 12 to 15 points, right? It's a very good trade if we get here. Guys, how many are enjoying this bits of knowledge that they are getting, right, from us? It's very difficult to analyze markets in live channel. Yeah. Jarib, you should have exited at 267 when the, sorry, 367, right? I said exit at 367. Yeah, hero zero. We are waiting. We are waiting for the setup, right? It's still too early. Right? I am still looking at Fin Nifty, right? For a hero zero trade. Again, I am saying Fin Nifty. If you look at the open interest data, the way it has positioned, right? The way it has positioned here, right? This is a guy who has been dominant throughout the day. Yes, there has been some confusion, but if you see the kind of writing that they have done, 32 and 26 lakh, this is a very small number. 58 lakh ke against this is 11 lakh. It is not forming an ideal condition, right? Market is never gonna be textbook, right? This fellow started with 13 lakh contract at the start of the day. He yesterday night, right? He was the guest. This guy is the host. He is continuously switching position, minus 21 lakh, plus 28 lakh, minus 3 lakh. This call build up which is happening, if this crosses this 21 lakhs, right, this was negative. If this 23 lakh come here after 230, these are the guys that could cover their positions, right? We will try to butcher them here, right? Fin Nifty may we want to butcher them. I want to take trade as close to support as possible, right? And that is where I am saying you will get a good support trade. You will get a good support trade. We see in Bank Nifty if the same thing is happening. Bank Nifty today is not the expiry, so the covering may not be so ferocious. But if you see, as the Bank Nifty is falling, right, the call writers are exiting their position. Very interesting. Rather than building their position, they are exiting their positions, right? Rather, is this correct or what? Why is this guy okay? More or less trade from support. I am looking at 44,000. I am looking at 19,500 C and 19,500 PE for Fin Nifty. Right? It's a very interesting piece of data which is coming through. As you see, the market is falling. The more and more call writers have. I hope this data point is not incorrect, as it has been sent um, by True Data, right? Let it come down, right? We will try and take a CE, right? We will try and take a C. So I am personally, right, biased now towards the long side, right? Fin Nifty, let it come, and Nifty is falling more than Bank Nifty. That could be because of one of the profit booking in IT. See, look at this Nifty IT candles, given a 70 point move. Yeah, Fin Nifty is surprising me. Fin Nifty is surprising me. And I said, right, Fin Nifty, there is no breakout trade also today. This was the reason. So, okay, this guy has covered, right? We wait, we take a support trade, right? And we'll switch to a strike. Now for people who want to trade bank nifty CE 44,000 CE around 210, you can buy, you can place your stop loss at 188. It's a 22 point stop loss. Yeah, so which is what is surprising to me. As the market fell, right, rather than the call writers adding position, they have exited their position. Somewhere I am seeing a sudden up move to sweep and take this higher. Raghavendra sir, Nifty long we had suggested to cover around 067. There is no PE trade in bank nifty, right? We are still waiting, we are still waiting. So if you see the market is moving down, our trade has got triggered here, our trade has got triggered, it has quickly gone up to 215, right? I hope some of you all have been able to enter. The moment it goes about 220, you can start trailing, right? The moment it goes about 220, you can start trailing. Don't make loss in this trade. You please don't, guys, don't make loss in this trade. It is creating a good sweep candle. You will get this. There is a 225, guys. We had given a 15 to 20 point stop loss only. If you have made your profits, don't be greedy. We took one stop loss. We want one more bullet for the hero zero trade. We will get a good hero zero trade. Did you guys see how the market participants trap? While I am seated neutral, I was not looking at a CE trade. The way I bring open interest, price action, option chart and everything together, I gave you a long year, 210, right? My stop loss was here. If you guys have entered, it has given more than 1 is to 1. Please, please guys, try and trail this trend line. If it is acting as resistance, this can go all the way above VWAP to 240, right? I generally trade multi lots. I will exit some lots and I will hold some lots. This was the trade that we have taken. It's at 228, guys. Around VWAP, be careful. We took one loss, we took one loss. Now if we are getting a profit, we will get, okay. Santosh, you can still hold. It is at 231, right? It is given more than 1 is to 1. People who have taken this trade, importantly, more than earning, right? It is learning which is important. This is how you sit on the market. Nitin, I think you asked the question on DK, right? It doesn't happen, right? Pivish, you are taking big quantity and that is where you are exiting early. If you see, right, we entered the trade at 210. I would have at least waited for 1 is to 1 plus, right? Love from South India, good. But Pivish, I am not happy with the quantity sizing that you are doing. You are taking 10 point risk, 10 point reward, but my stop loss is right at 25 points. In this case, it was 18 points and my reward was also higher. You are exiting early. Raji, good, you are profitable, you are doing good, right? I hope by now everyone has at least recovered their losses. Now we can focus on learning, right? Right now, at this point, many would have gone short, right? Many would have gone short. Why would have they gone short? They would have again seen this breakdown and they would have gone short, right? Do you see how market traps us? These are known as trap zones, right? We personally got trapped once. We personally got trapped once. And that is where I said, right, the fourth aspect of trading, which is journaling and taking feedback, right, is very important. This is why you make a mistake once, you don't keep repeating it. We understood that this is a trap zone. Now we will not enter a short trade in this trap zone. Rather, we will take a trade at support, right? This is how market teaches you if you are open to learn, right? We made a mistake once. Second time I did not want to repeat the mistake, so I said we will buy from the bottom, right? Guys, is it value, good value for your time? I hope you guys are learning along with us, right? Yes, we gave one SL, but yes, we made money in the second trade, right? I am still waiting to see a hero zero trade is there or not. I wanted to personally take only one trade, right? Thanks, Tamil. I he and me, we are part of one common group, right? So some of the setups he also knows the way I trade. Uh, yeah, cool. See, Fin Nifty, I want a sweep. Unfortunately, Fin Nifty premiums, right, have decayed more than what I was looking at. Specifically 19500 CE, which is a round strike. Okay, did you guys hear me when I was saying I want Fin Nifty? When Fin Nifty was going up, I said I want Fin Nifty premiums around 50 so that put writers see a good premium. Did you see what they just did with put buyers here? There is a sweep here, there is a sweep candle here, right, at 12:30. What did they do? They swept it again. They swept it again. People who are option sellers, they wait for this opportunity in mere 3 minutes, right? The person who has entered at 45 for a stop loss of 52, 7 point stop loss, it's a 1 is to 3 trade for them. The problem in option selling is it is expensive, so many people don't do it. But on the day of expiry, for option sellers, these kind of setups continue happening. And I said till this doesn't happen, right, option seller will not be excited to enter the premium. So when Fin Nifty was going up, I kept saying don't chase breakout, let it come and confirm the support. It's a day to trade at support, not at breakout for Fin Nifty, right? See, we are analyzing live, we are predicting live, right? We are not astrologers. We are predicting it basis a set of rules that we have created, which has a probability of 68 to 70% to go right. Idea is when you go right, you take 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3. When you go wrong, be humble with the market and take your loss, right? I am doing live trading right now. At some point of time, I used to do trading alone. Then there was a time when I used to share my view with thousands of participants, then with 28, 30 participants, right? So I have gone through various curves, right? But over a period of 3, 4 years, what has not changed is the confidence, the guts to take my prediction and put it up in front of people. It's okay. Some people will judge you, some people will troll you, which is fine. It is okay. I am here to teach people, to help people learn, to ensure that their learning curve, right? If I'm able to help them shorten, see, in trading, nothing works like experience. I don't believe in back testing for that simple reason. But when I do live trading with you guys, basis my experience, if I'm seeing, if you guys get that 2, 5, 7% edge, right, it will help you shorten that learning curve a lot, right? For others, it may sound like a lot of theory. If you see 2 hours, right, we have toiled. It's nearly 2 hours. We only got two trade, right? We only got two trade, but we did not take any wrong entries till now. One trade became wrong while the setup triggered, right? We corrected that and immediately we ensured that we have journaled that place, right? Yeah. So we are now waiting again. Don't be in a rush to enter the trades. Don't be in a rush. We are waiting, right? It's a very, very tricky day. It's a day where they are managing indices, right? Both Nifty and Bank Nifty along with Fin Nifty is being managed. If you see, right, the candles are forming like a zebra pattern. And ये मैं यही कह रहा था ना, ये जो बड़ा लाल बार है, उसके बाद इम्पल्स में जब ऐसे डाउनवर्ड स्लोप होता है ना, दिस इज़ वेरी वेरी बैड फॉर द सिक्योरिटी। और यही रीज़न है। तो अब क्या हुआ, ये बिगी नेगेटिव है, ये इसके साथ जा रहा है, ये उसके साथ जा रहा है, ये तीन नेगेटिव हो गए। एसबीआई का जो बुलिशनेस है, ये पावरफुल स्टॉक है, क्योंकि ये तीन नेगेटिव है, इसको मैनेज किया जा रहा है। अब आईसीआईसीआई इज़ ऑल्सो अ बिग in terms of contribution plate, right, it is also very big, but this has to break the trend line and close above, right? तब तक आपको एक clean chit move नहीं मिलेगा। For people who sell options, I said if this comes near 50, you get a good move. Look at this, in matter of 5 to 10 minutes, 46 to 18. When I used to sell options, my batchmates are there. They know sometimes I give these options, right, which I'm going to trade hero 0. I say it is now here. I want to sell it and I will buy it again at 5, 8, 10 rupees, right? This is how I used to analyze those things. Whatever I'm teaching now live, this is how I used to analyze those trades as well, right? Which is what I'm saying, right? Theta decay and all those things are important, but get your basics right. If you follow the simple checklist, spot, components, option chart, right? And look at IV and option data also on the day of expiry, it is important, right? Or when there is lot of confusion, look at additional confirm. Okay, good, 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 Raghavendra sir, good. But you have made good profit in Astral. Now I think you should not take a trade. You have already taken 4 to 5 trades. I would avoid making any other trades, sir. Yeah. So guys, how are you guys finding these? Again, some of the predictions, right, that we are doing. I hope you guys are able to see lot of value in it, right? If not, please be candid. Give us the feedback. We'll try and see how we can make the time worth for you guys. Yeah. I am also looking at options data today because these four things, these three things, right, are not giving any clue. If you see, VIX is also not giving any clue. That is where market, I said, is going to be very, very tricky to trade. It is going to be very, very tricky to trade. VIX has also created this big demand bar, right? Now whenever it is coming here, it's going up. The idea of VIX is don't always, there is no 100% correlation to option prices, but VIX is for volatility, it is for panic. As the panic increases, right, as the panic increases, the selling, if it comes, right, gives you good return. Only if selling comes, right? Higher VIX does not mean you have to sell security or you have to sell Nifty, right? If the VIX is increasing and selling candles come, your premium prices will move fast because VIX is volatility, it's panic. Your VIX is rising, your call premiums are rising, is a sign of caution. But if you get a bullish engulfing at support, even if VIX is rising, right, your setup will tell you if component and spot, the option chart is going long, you have to take a long there even if the VIX is rising. Your quantity will reduce, you will be more cautious, you will try to take a trade at 1:1, 1:2, right? You won't be holding it for too long, right? I hope some of these aspects are becoming more and more clear to you guys as you continue learning with us, right, on a daily basis. Yeah, it's a slow process. Don't try to shortcut it, right? Don't try to think that you will start earning big money from the market. Thank you, sir. Right, so this is how. So now if you see, right, fin nifty because of this 40% coming from HDFC Bank and HDFC, right, is actually not giving you any good trade. It is not giving you any good trade, right? Let us see, we it's 2:30 now. Let us try and see how are the OI statistics placed for, sorry, how is the option analysis placed for fin nifty, right? Has it changed from when we looked at it earlier, right? Has it changed or is it the same? Let us have a look at it. There is absolutely no change. Good thing for me is these call writers, no, these guests who have come in, right? I wanted this big writing. If they start covering, right, my call premiums can move, right? I need to get this at a good rate. 19500 C, I need to get it at a very good rate, right? Bank Nifty today is not the expiry. I am just interested to see. So did you guys observe the anomaly that I saw as the prices were falling? This should have not fallen, right? Given this was falling, open interest was falling along with prices. what it said as the price, right? As people who had shorted it earlier, the calls that were shorted as soon as they were making profit. Now, where does the conviction comes from, right? Where does the conviction comes from? The conviction only comes, right, if you are, so say, assume that I am an option seller, right? I am an option seller. Now I have shorted 44,000 CE, right? This particular strike of 44,000 CE, if I have shorted at 260, right? If it is falling, it is 56 points in my favor, right? If I'm confident, if I have a conviction that this market can fall further, will I cover my position? Will I hold my position? Quickly, right? Respond. I want to make this session interactive, right? I want to make this session interactive so that while we are trading, while we are trying to post some live trades, right? You guys are, yeah, we will hold. You are right, Sid, right? The reason we will hold it is we want bigger profits, right? Now at that point, if people start exiting their position, it says that yes, I am a guest at this place, right? I am a guest at this place because I have newly created position, and I am also not confident of being able to book this room, to conquer this room, right? So if I am not holding that position, that says that I am not having conviction. In a fight, two warriors have entered. There is a bull, there is a bear, right? The bear has been able to gain advantage and put the bull down on the mat. But the moment he's put the bull down on the mat, he is not confident on holding his position. He starts developing fear and he feels that okay, the bull has fallen down, but I will not be able to pin him down 1, 2, 3. Immediately, bull will sense that fear in his eyes and he will push the bear back and come. This is exactly what happened here, right? The point is here, right? You should, again, when we were doing this live analysis, I said don't enter at VWAP. We will get a sweep of this trend line. The moment the sweep happened, I was waiting at a good place to buy. The good place to buy is immediately below sweep. You have a support, that is where you buy, right? So this entry where we bought, we made profit. Many people who would have waited for VWAP could have not entered, right? This is how you plan your entries in live market. This is how you plan your entries. That is where I say, right, wherever I take an entry, I get momentum. स्टॉप लॉस भी मेरा मोमेंटम में हिट हुआ, स्टॉप लॉस भी मेरा मोमेंटम में हिट हुआ, टारगेट भी मेरा मोमेंटम में हिट हुआ. सो डी के जनरली फॉर माई ट्रेडिंग स्टाइल is not important because whatever has to happen happens in momentum. It's like a quick movie, right? It's not an OTT of 8 10 episodes, multiple seasons. It's short documentary, 10 12 30 seconds का, ठीक है. Now that this sweep has happened, this sweep confirmed a support, right? This is not a place, it's not a virgin support. I will not, virgin support is a support which has been untouched. Given it got touched once, here it becomes a decisional area for me to enter. Decisional area means I need multiple confirmations before I consider this as going long. The confirmation for me is there has to be a bullish candle and there has to be a closing about 224 for me to even think of going long, right? This is how you keep your emotions under check, and this is how you avoid entering multiple or avoid taking multiple entries at the same point. First time it is virgin, it touched, went up. Second time when it is coming down, now it is a decisional area, because if people were so confident of taking it up, short covering was happening, they should have gone above the VWAP and touched this point of 250. They did not do it, which means the bulls are also not having the conviction. Now I need to be at the fence and see which side I need to take a position with, right? So I am still waiting. Ideally there is a VWAP resistance here, just about 225. I want to take multiple confirmations and enter a trade, but more or less I am looking at a bullish entry. Lot of social media handles are talking about short now. When we were short in the morning, they were long, right? Now when they are short, we are long. It is just a perspective to market. Neither they are wrong nor we are wrong. It is just our setup which is telling us some things. Yeah, guys, again, right, Don't get influenced by handle, don't get influenced by any single person. Trading may, when you are sitting in front of a system, the reason why you need to have a process is that is the discipline that will help you analyze. Once you are disciplined, once you are analyzed right with your setup, you have clearly made up your mind where you are seeing the trade to go, right? There is no bias. Then execution is the most important point which will happen. Initially some people will struggle with it, but gradually through the journey you will see the execution will also improve, right? So do you see this, as the bank nifty is going up, the VIX is also coming down. The VIX is also coming down, but VIX has got a good support. So today, for me, this VIX till it goes below 13.13 is gonna be a any heroes Pivish right now. No, I am still waiting for this setup. See, ideal place for me to buy a hero zero would have been it has to sweep below 12, right? I am still waiting for that. Fin Nifty के generally I have seen hero zeros happen between 2:50 and 3 o'clock most of the times. Only once it has happened earlier, right? I am just changing my trend line now. If you see, this were 2 points, the third point was sweep, but I am seeing a better place, 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 points which are connecting. That is where I am now shifting it. Ideally if I get a sweep below 12 rupee 6, it's forming a symmetrical triangle. Yes, it is forming, right? It is forming a symmetrical triangle. It was here. वापस मैंने यहाँ पे भी ट्रेंड लाइन चेंज किया है बिकॉज देर आर 3 points 4 points विच आर गिविंग अ सपोर्ट. ठीक है. See, I said I will need multiple confirmations to take a trade. If you see, this one did not break the VWAP, right? That is where having that, before pulling the trigger, just develop that wee bit more patience. It will always be good for your trading style. It will always be good for your trading style, right? Otherwise you will make multiple entries, but some of these entries, right, will give you stop loss and a lot of anxiety, right? Now we were very clear, Fin Nifty we have to trade from support, not at breakout. So when it is going up, we are not bothered there. Yeah. Best place to buy bank nifty will come once this level gets swept off. Once this level gets swept off, it can take a support around 43 890, between 890 and 942, right? Guys, don't be in a rush to take a trade. Today is any which is very tricky day, right? If you take more trades you will kind of end up losing some hard earned capital. We continuously keep looking at what we were seeing. The spot chart is clearly telling us the story, right? We are looking at the option chart. Bank nifty mein na, these guys have started covering 19500. Yes, I will show it. Yeah. So if you see, right, I wanted more and more positions to be added here, right? Now in a smaller time frame I would start seeing for, so if you see, right, this is the host. This guy has not seeded his position here. In between he has given some covering, right, but he has started writing. I want the final piece of the puzzle is these guys to start covering, and my my chart here, right, to sweep or confirm a support so that I can place a small SL, right? I can place a small SL there. Guys who have not seen this setup, I have placed it in the description of this live channel, right? There are 3 to 4 trades that I have discussed there. I have been trading this setup for expiry last 4 to 6 expiries, right? Twice it happened and we got good returns, right? It doesn't happen very frequently, but generally it's a good setup to get 1 is to 3, 1 is to 6 returns, right? Again, the thumb rule in trading hero zero trades is you only deploy 10% of your profits, because the assumption is it can become zero. If you have not made profit, don't take a trade, sit back and observe, right? Sit back and observe. 45 lakh is significant writing, yes. 45 lakh is significant writing, Utkarsh. The thing that you need to look at is the highest writing was 54 lakh, right? And if you see, this guy has always been on an ascendancy. This covering which happened, no, was 21 lakh. Now I want to see these new people who have added position, right? If they start covering, I will see this price actually rocketing up to 38, 40, 53 levels, right? So I want to take this trade because most of the condition is now matching. So okay, so it's given us support. I am waiting. I will buy it around 12.98, right? I'll buy it around 13. I'll place a 19,500 CE is the watch, right? 19,500 CE is the watch. Guys, again, many people were saying CE, PEP, right? 19,500 CE is the hero zero. Yes, right? Many people were saying PEP. If you remember, I said I am not looking at a PE, I am looking at a CE because of the way the market has created data at various places. Again, for people who are making a trade, right, for only for people who have done their profits in the morning, take a hero zero trade. Hero zero trade has very low probability of success, but it rewards you handsomely. Don't try to recover your losses through hero zero, it will be punishing. I want to keep this open and see if these guys have started. So these guys are not covering their position, which is a surprise to me. I wanted these guys to cover their position. So liquidation is not enough. They should cover their position. It's not come, right? Wait, do not be in a rush to take hero zero. Let it sweep the bottom, right? It has not come. Buy price PVs, just wait. I was earlier hoping these option writers would have covered their position, right? But they are not covering their position. See, they're not covering their positions in any time frame. Wait guys, let it come down, let it sweep this level, let it come as close to 12 rupees as possible. Any safe trades in bank nifty? The safe trade in bank nifty, Vishwanath, is if this trade closes above VWAP, right, above this 236, you can enter. Your stop loss would be 218, your target would be 266 and 285. Yeah, we have defined the best place to buy Fin Nifty Hero Zero CE. We are still waiting, right? Unfortunately, this short covering which should have happened in Fin Nifty strikes. Okay, it's starting. We wait and see. Okay, you will get a good trade around 11 to 12 rupees. You will get a good trade on Fin Nifty 19,500 CE. guys, we will get a good trade. You can enter there, right? First target is VWAP, but if you Kunju, if you look at the target, right, first target is VWAP, the second targets go right up to 48 and 59, right? So always look at the swing. So swing has 35 as a good target here, 32 to 35, right? We'll try and buy it. For bank nifty players, you can try to buy it about 232, right? Do not be in a rush to take hero zero trades, guys. You will get trapped. Have that patience. It will give you still have full 30 minutes to take a trade. Fin nifty expiry mein hero zero comes between 250 and 35 generally. After 35, if it forms, I generally don't prefer. Guys, how was the analysis? I hope you guys are liking the analysis, the way I am putting everything together and bringing it together, right? To tell how where the market is gonna move, why it is gonna. Pivish, buy price is 12 rupees. Buy price is 12 rupees. 19,500 CE Fin Nifty buy price is at 12 rupees, and we are still waiting. Everything else has aligned. Only the option chart needs to give us the buy, right? Otherwise, everything has aligned now. VIX is down. Option open interest, it has started covering, right? Components also are in line because HDFC and HDFC Bank are moving. Kotak is going along with it. SBI was any which was strong. ICICI has joined. System order now itself. Wait, let it come there and you can take a trade, Jigar. Again, for people who have not taken this trade, do not put your capital in this trade. Only trade it with your profit, because the probability of zero hero trades being successful is very very low. I don't encourage anyone to take losses on these trades, because that is not what we join live sessions for, right? We join it for learning, and along with learning for earning. Short covering is lagging indicator, but the idea is we are expecting along with chart, right? If the market goes up, the shorts will start covering. That is a probability where I am seeing the trade to go. Okay. Candle forming wicks both sides is typically index management, right? Guys, get ready. This buying price is coming in our area. Wait, if the sweep happens, we'll get it lower, right? Wait, if we get a sweep, it'll come lower, right? I am waiting for a sweep candle above 13. I will buy this. I am waiting above sweep candle above 13. I will buy this. I am still seeing a bullish expiry for Fin Nifty. Above 13, I will buy this. It has swept above 13. I will buy it and I will enter this trade. If it doesn't come, don't take it. Let it sweep. Let it sweep. It's fulfilled all condition, right? If it takes a support, it will also give us a good trade upside. Right, most of the conditions have fulfilled. Everything seems to be in line for going long with our zero hero, right? Most conditions are in line. These guys have started covering their positions. We will get a good trade if it comes up above 13. You can buy. right? It has to sweep. This candle has to sweep. You have 3 minutes. Don't be in a rush, right? That is where I said plan your trade and then execute your plan. In the meanwhile, observe this chart as well. This 19500 PE throughout this journey should not go above 46. If it goes above 46, this guy will not be able to cover his position. I am still waiting here about 12.3 to 13.2. I want to go long in Fin Nifty CE. Guys, if this trade doesn't execute, remember this will be a range bound last 15-30 minutes. The reason is Fin Nifty at 19487, right? At 19487 you have premiums left for writing on the CE side, not on the PE side, which is what I think they are doing. So Fin Nifty has actually come up, right? Fin Nifty has come up. So if you see this, it has come up by 22 points. Your CE prices have not come up. Just see it live here. I will show it to you. You see this? Fin Nifty is coming up in 5 minutes. The option prices are not. In that case, they may decay both the sides. Now here, right, if they are not giving a move to the CE writers, they may start decaying this. Wait guys, if not, we have not entered a trade. We were waiting for a move above 13. We have not got a trade. Please don't enter unnecessarily here, right? Keep seeing this. Fin Nifty as expected has bounced, but they have eaten the premium. If that is the case by 3 o'clock, right? So here what will happen now for this premium to come up, right? This has to start trading above 513. About to no, but even here, right? If you see, sorry, check 1830. Jigar, wait, I will check it right now. Given it's an expiry trade, right? I just want to try and see if I can capture a trade here. If no, then probably we'll switch over there. See if this doesn't close above 19500 in this candle, nine and say by 3-5, right? If it doesn't close above 19510, they would consume this entire premium, right? Then it will be a seller's expiry. So if you see, they have done the short covering, they have done everything right. Components are moving fine, everything is moving fine. But given there is no premium to write, they will consume both the sides, right? They will consume both the sides. I am still saying wait for one move above 13. You will get a good move on the upside. This is 25 rupee. This okay. Our hero zero trade did not get triggered. Now, right, it's very difficult for us to trigger this trade because 19500 C is at 4 rupees. So they have 30 to 36 rupee premium to be eaten, right? We may not get this trade. We may not get this trade. Look at switching the so no one has entered this trade, right? We wait for this PE to come all the way down to 19. Ideally Fin Nifty should be around 19489 and then we get a short, right? Only then we get a short. Ideally right now both the sides, right? No heroes, no, our hero zero did not trigger today. We are still waiting. Per the setup nothing has triggered, so everything else aligned, short covering and everything happened. This once it started falling down, right, the trend line was there, fall down, but there is no sweep, so it has not triggered. My hero zero has not triggered at all. I will not trade a breakout here. The reason is, I will show you guys, a breakdown also I will not trade, right? The reason is this. These puts, so this call, right, they did not cover only. We wait and we see. Guys, it will be a, as I said, right, it will be a tough. In fact, my thumbnail itself, it said it's interesting and tricky Finnifty expiry near its all-time high, right? And this is how the trading goes through. Some news coming in for PSU banks. News. We wait, we see. Let's see if there is PSU bank is giving some indication. PSU banks are trading well. So SBI there, right, was trading well. In fact, it's fallen. Don't, again, guys, I'm saying don't be in a rush. If you have not got a trade, don't take a trade jabardasti. It will consume everything. Fin Nifty, no, 19450 P, 19450. No, it's okay, 19450, right? The reason why I don't want to give that as a hero zero is the problem that you are seeing in 19500 CE, right, is also there in 19, sorry. Wait. You see this, right? It's trading at 34. This is at 4. Ideally, right, there is a premium of 38 rupees. There is a premium of 38 rupees, right? These cases, last half an hour you have 38 rupee premium here. You have 25 rupee premium here. Both the sides will be returned to aggressively. So someone who hedges and takes it, right, for 55,000 rupees, he will be able to eat premiums worth 2000 rupees. दोनों साइड का, right? That is where I am not seeing any hero zero, right, on this side. I am now not taking any hero zero on Finnifty CE also. If you see, the premium is 7 rupee. Finnifty is trading at 19483. You have a straight cut 20 point premium to eat. If this would have closed above 19500 by 5 o'clock, there was a realistic chance of this trade going double triple, right? But given it has not closed, I am not seeing any move on the CE side as well, right? It is better for us to focus on, I personally feel it will consume both the sides. I was looking at this one to come near 16 or 19. If you get it, fair and square, otherwise let it be, right? Someone who wants to chase this one can chase it above 40, right? I would like to chase it above 40 and avoid chasing Finnifty completely if you are not in. Better bet would now be, we'll see. So this is near support, right? Better bet would now be if Bank Nifty closes below 940 levels, you may get a trade on Bank Nifty, right? But again, unfortunately, no hero zero trade triggered. Our setup has not formed. Alternate setup has also not formed. We don't take a trade. We don't take a trade. Understand 19450 के लिए this is already at 8 rupee premium 17 25 rupees has to, it has to move 25-30 points. इतना movement होता नहीं है फिन निफ्टी में ना, इतना movement नहीं होता है. Very high probability for you to lose this trade. I would avoid. बैंक निफ्टी में अगर पी ट्रिगर होता है ना अबव वी वैप और वहाँ पे डेटा भी क्लोज होता है ना, तो देन यू हैव अ रियल गेम. बैंक निफ्टी में प्रॉब्लम ये है कि ये डेटा के साथ जो खेल रहा है ना, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो इफ़ यू सी इन द मॉर्निंग वी वर एट premium was adjusted in Bank Nifty spot and future. Now again, if you see, there is a 17 18 point, right? So sellers will use this difference of 15 to 20 points to keep adjusting the way they want to. It makes it very difficult to take these trades because of their adjustments that they can do. Guys, I would say avoid taking hero zero. I would say avoid taking any hero zero trades, and I would also say avoid taking any trade right now. You see this 20, see this premium and discount, right? This is continuously increasing. If we get a trade, we'll try and take it on the, we'll take it in the Bank Nifty. Yeah, Nifty was a clear trade. I think Jigar also mentioned we were focused on a hero zero trade, so we tried to take it. But I think Jigar and you, I think both would have caught the trade if you are trading Nifty. We're trying to see if a hero zero trade develops here. It did not. You guys have caught it here. 18350 say this down move. Jay and Jigar. Yeah. We see if so. If you observe this morning candle in Bank Nifty, neither the highs have breached, the lows have also not breached. Right? The thumbnail was perfect. Again, we took two trades. One was profit, one was loss. Importantly, we were there for 2 hours plus together. We had good learnings, right? I am still saying there is no trade. If I get a trade, that trade most probably will be on the side of PE. But for me to take a PE trade, I am waiting for this closure below 43,940. 44,000 PE, if it goes to, wait, it is, where is 44? I am just taking out these now. अब component का कोई use नहीं है. We don't need to see. Right? I am just going to two charts. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Right? 44,000 PE of Bank Nifty. It's trading above VWAP. I just need to. Yeah, the last trade that we can take, because we are getting the, yeah, this is closing below 942, right? Then we can take a short trade. I would wait for VWAP 208 to 212 levels to be retested. Yeah, spot Bank Nifty 43,940. Yeah, I will wait around 216 and I will try and take a PE trade in Bank Nifty, purely because this was a region I wanted to break. Now it has broken. I want some pullback in this, right, which is where it will start trading closer to VWAP. I will get my put trade in last 5 to 10 minutes where I will be able to make some money. As it falls, don't try to catch the fall. Let it come down, let it test the VWAP. I want to take a trade as close to VWAP as possible. So this is a good place to buy, because if you see the prior resistance was here, the VWAP is here, right? I will wait and take a trade, right? My spot has given me some comfort here. Spot has given me some comfort here, right? Components were any which ways bearish, right? The ICICI and Axis along with Kotak has started falling. SBI में मामूली सा profit booking है. So guys, how was the day? Tricky to the core, one of the difficult days to trade. And trust me, on such days, right, many people will actually wipe out their capital, and many people would have made profits in the morning. They would wipe out their capital. I was very, very clear in my video yesterday also that it will be testing, it will wipe out your capital if you are not careful, and the move will come in second half, preferably in Fin Nifty. Bank Nifty did not give a move at all, right? Actually, if you see, Bank Nifty is still hung in a very, very small range, right? And Fin Nifty has given 4060 last. Yeah, Fin Nifty gave a movement last, but we were on the other side, right? We were hoping, right? Now this trade, if it has triggered for some of you all, yeah, didn't trade, only you said to be cautious, right? This trade, if it has triggered, the low is 216.35. If it has triggered for you all, you can exit. If it has not, for some of them, yeah, good, right? For me, I got 4 lots here. I had placed 16 lots. I got 4 lots. I am trailing this one, right? But I am understanding that not many people, many trades would have got triggered here, because out of 16, mine also 4 lots have only triggered here, right? The reason of 216 as a buy price is very simple. You have 210 as VWAP. You have 220 as a 22 as a resistance of the spot price, right? So an average of that is a good place to buy, right? Lakshmi, how did you enter the PE trades? These kind of expiries keep happening. They are the most trickiest to trade, right? It's okay. It is okay for you. Okay. Yeah, but 200 was not a good entry, Lakshmi. Actually, this PE, right? See, you look at now in the hindsight, someone could have taken. See, there was no entry actually. If you see, right, the range of 43,950 to 44,050, right, was an important one, right? Good. Raji, but you got full quantity. I did not get it, right? I got only 4 lots. I got only 4 lots. Have you got full quantity? Because my full quantity did not trigger. I had placed 16, only 25% quantity got triggered. There was a heavy buying around 216. I did not enter at market. I had placed it on in system. A portion of mine got triggered. Right. I am still holding. I am hoping it will go up till 276. Based on 215 candle. What was the 215 candle saying? 215 candle was saying. This is the 215 candle, right? Yeah, 215 candle was okay. The break. So the high of the swing did not get broken. The low of the swing got broken. But Lakshmi, this trade has actually got triggered only after 255. So your option price, okay, you trade with only one lot. Okay, but it is surprising. How come? Okay, my because mine has not triggered completely, right? So ideally 16 lots if I place together, right? So you get okay. That nice. Okay, okay, good, good. So Lakshmi, your trade setup, right, would have triggered here 250 candle, right? 250 candle here, right? 250 candle. It got triggered at 210. Okay, I am now trailing. It's at 2000. Do you think? No, I am not going to carry overnight, Jigar. 250 candle here, right? Lakshmi, this has actually not come. The trade setup when it is triggered, right? After that, it has not given any pullback. पी उड़ गया, यस पीई उड़ गया, लेकिन मेरा सेटअप नहीं बना, राइट? ये ट्रेड मैं लेना नहीं चाहता था बिकॉज 19450 पे ना आई डिड नॉट सी द कॉन्फिडेंस, राइट? फिन निफ्टी 19450 पे दिस इज सेइंग एरर. Okay, good, good. So people hopefully who took the last trade, net we are green, net we are green. No, but 215 candle that got executed after 250 only, Lakshmi. The 215 candle here, right? The 215 candle here has got triggered. So this is your, the low is 43,983, right? This setup has not triggered till 250. There is no entry before that. Right? So this trade only got triggered at 250. I'm not sure, right? Good, guys. I'm happy everyone is in green, right? Or most of people are in green. We had three trades. Third trade, I think some of them it has triggered. For me, it did not trigger completely. I am not able to say it with assurance कितनों के लिए trigger हुआ होगा, right? Fin Nifty Hero Zero we did not get a trade, but Bank Nifty three trades that we took, two were in green. Done day with green. Good, good guys. Keep up the good work. Be in green on days like this. It's very important to journal, right? It's very important to journal. I am happy that you guys spent your 2.5 hours and are going back with green and lots of learning, guys. We will again meet. I want to just close the session. I have something to be taken care of at home, right? uh, tough day, tough day. If you have made good profit, it is always a good sign, right? On a day like today, if you have preserved your capital, that is in itself is good, right? There is this 215 setup. I learnt it from my mentor. I have refined it over a period of time. One of these days, right, I will try to take an afternoon session and I will ask you guys to observe it after 215, right? How to take that trade. You will have to observe initially and do it, right? Thank you, Dushyant. Thank you so much, right? I will teach that setup. I will make a video of that setup. I will teach that. We will try to predict in an afternoon session, but I will not be present for the trade that day. You guys observe it and then try to come up with your own thing. Yeah. Thank you guys. Hope everyone had a good day. We will close the session. Thank you guys.